another group of people just arrived and they've got more kids, so I'm hoping that someone complains about how cold it is out here and they decide to go back inside, because it is quite cold out here. Hey there, caller. Caller, if you're wanting a reading, you need to pay right now because I'm only staying on for a little while and I'm only doing a couple of readings. Can you guys hear me nice and clear? I've got the microphone right here underneath my mouth. And hey there, Rocky. Same goes for you, Rocky. If you wanted a mini read and everything, I suggest you get in straight away because I don't know how long I'll be online. There's about 5 adults over here and I think there's at least 4 or 5 kids. So it could get quite noisy with the kids. I'm sitting right next to a kids play area. Normally I sit down over that area down there, but it might look like it's all nice and sunny and warm and cozy, but I've got 3 layers on here. I've got a t-shirt, I've got a sweater, and then I've got a knitted coat wrapped around me, and my pants are woolen lined. For those of you who don't know, it was my birthday on Monday. I turned 60 on Monday, so I'm officially an old bag now. Okay, so yeah, as far as the donations go, if you're making a donation, please just wait if somebody's already donated. So as yet, I haven't turned on my other phone. Let me have a look to see if anyone's made a payment. I don't think anyone's paid yet. Okay, Rocky has paid for a mini, so Rocky, let's get your Christian done first. It's getting quite noisy for me, so please let me know. Nina, see how you put that stop sign, that exclamation mark thing up across the screen? Can you like pick some kind of thing that if you just can't hear me, if the sound goes off, I mean I've got a full strength signal at the moment, so it should be fine. The detailed reading is $12 US, so if you're playing in a different currency, caller, if you're using the super chat, it's $15 US. If you're using PayPal, it's $12 US. If you want to pay for a mini like Rocky just did, they are $7 US only through PayPal for $7 US. Okay, let's get on with Rocky's first. So Rocky with a mini. So caller might be doing a payment. Caller, let us know if you've done a payment, just in case I don't see it come up on the screen there. I'm just going to check if I've got the other phone on me. I'm going to be selling the other phone and getting myself a better phone, and then this will become my spare phone. I don't think I have the second phone on me. I'm just going to get my drink out of here, make sure I have a drink. No, I don't have the other phone, but I did see Rocky's payment come in. All right, so let's get on with Rocky's reading. Yeah, so Nina and Chris, I'm only going to be doing like one at a time, maybe 3 or 4 readings in total, and then I'll be going offline. I'm just being blessed with the sun right now, which is fantastic. There is cloud cover very bad over there. I don't know if it's coming this way or not. If it starts to get too cold, I'll have to go inside and turn this on. All right, Rocky wants to know what will happen when I go to Michael J's hometown in August. So Michael J, just refreshing the memory, Michael J is the guy that you were in a relationship or friendship and he passed away, right? And every year they have a barbecue thing, but it got cancelled for some reason this year. Is that correct? Caller has paid for a detailed reading. Okay, so caller is next. We'll put a pause on all readings, just to stop on all readings at the moment. Caller's paid for a detailed reading. Okay, so we're doing Rockies right now, and then we'll do callers. And when I get to callers, if somebody else wanted to pay, we'll get onto that soon. OC Oil. Hello. How are you going? Welcome to the room. All right, let's get on with it because people are coming out here to have their lunch. I'm really hoping that it's too cold where they're sitting and they decide to go inside and the kids get bored with this little contraption here. It does get quite boring for them. There's nothing much to do in it. Trust me, I know. I have my grandson here. Oh, you want to send Chris? Okay, well, Chris, if you send now, I'll put you on the list. I'm assuming a detailed reading for you, Chris. Chris, detail, I'll just put on there. And we'll just put a close on all readings are all on stop at the moment. So just put stop signs, no more donations until we get to Crystal's reading and we see how we go. Okay, so let's get the clock started, get on with this. I'm just going to put the... Oh, I like that. Okay. Oh, hang on, this was a mini, wasn't it? A mini reading. Mini reading. Okay, here we go. What will happen when Rocky goes to Michael J, who passed over, his hometown? What sort of things can she expect when she goes to Michael J's hometown in August? Sounds like fun. Be careful of making any solid plans with a particular person in regards to August. Somebody might promise something to you, Rocky. It looks like somebody that says, yeah, I'll definitely be there, we'll definitely go to this restaurant or we'll catch up, and then maybe because of their work commitments or their family or something, they can't arrive, they can't be there. I don't know if this is because somebody's decided to have some other get-together because she's not having the pool party and the barbecue. But if that's why you're going there, just be prepared for a sudden change of plans for one particular individual who was supposed to be like the organizer or something like that. It's like they're saying, oh look, I'm really sorry, I can't get there, my car broke down or whatever. So there's a surprise that's not real good coming up in regards to August, and sort of like a massive change of plan that wasn't organised in the first place. The other thing that it could... someone's singing. The other thing that it could represent is, let's say that somebody booked a restaurant for 20 people and the restaurant isn't open on that particular day, or they didn't confirm the booking, so the booking is not there. So I do feel there's something to do with the organisation that didn't happen correctly. You don't have anything sitting in your challenge area. You've got really nice things in the challenge area here. This is invitation to do something else. You've got an invitation here, Jack of Diamonds, is somebody saying, hey, it's nice seeing you, do you want to come with us? We're all going out on a boat trip tomorrow or whatever. So I feel that this adventure in August to Michael J's hometown will lead to something else. There is possible communication going to be between you romantically and somebody who's possibly just recently single or divorced. So there is some kind of romantic side to whatever that is. But there's also this invitation about where you go in August leading on to something else that you might be going to. There is this up and down energy with whether somebody's wanting to take something further or they can't. So you do have this confusion about, are we just mates? Are we just people having a talk and hanging out together? Or is this going to lead to something? So I do feel that you're going to be wondering, is something more going to happen with this person, or is it just someone being friendly? There will be times where you feel out of place when you go there, like someone's going to make you feel uncomfortable, or that you don't belong there, or maybe you shouldn't have gone there. But then somebody else makes you feel very, very welcome. And then there is an unlikely connection going on between you and a woman who's quite cold-natured, but she wants you to go and join their church group, or come along to some family get-together thing or something, but it's unlikely. Like you look at her and think, I never thought that she would want me to come there, or whatever. So there's some kind of new connection going on when you go there. The bus is going, so let's have a quick look. Hopefully, are those kids screaming out and everything? Is it interfering with the sound, or is the microphone working well? Okay, so let's just give you 3 from the top and 2 from the top and 2 from the bottom for what else you need to know about August and going to Michael J's hometown. What else does Rocky need to know about going to Michael J's hometown in August? Okay, so 1 each pile. Okay, you have this wanting to just be alone card with the Hermit energy. Could mean that you're going to be colliding with somebody that's a Virgo. Or possibly that invitation is somebody's birthday coming up at the end of August going into September, so somebody may invite you to somebody's 30th birthday, 40th birthday, some special occasion that's going to occur around the Virgo sort of timing. We also have this feeling very included, celebrations, being together with people that are all on the same track. You're going to be desired when you go there. A lot of people are going to like what you have to say, like how you look, like what you're talking about. I do feel you're going to be very busy as well. Just don't jump to conclusions on something. You've got the Page of Swords sitting there with August about making a hasty decision on something. If you're not comfortable about something and you don't want to say yes on the spot, just tell them to give you some time so that you can get into it. Hey, Divine Goddess, hello, welcome back. Haven't seen you for quite some time. The mic's working really well. Oh, but they are very loud. Yeah, well, hopefully... They're not in the play area now, so their food must have arrived. They've got them all sitting down eating. So let's get on with these readings. Up next, we've got Caller with a detailed reading. What is the question for Caller, please? Caller, why is Dejemi getting distant, and what could be the future outcome between? This is a long distance connection and we're still getting to know each other. I think we looked at this Gemi person before, and I said the distance could be a problem, I think. Yes, Rocky, yours is finished now. It was a mini reading, right? Let me just go check PayPal. Mini read, and yes, yours is finished now. I did the tarots. What we didn't do these, so I'll just do top and bottom of these just for one more thing. What else does Rocky need to know about her trip in August to Michael J's hometown? Being lucky, things being on your side, and learning something new when you go there. This can be invitations, but it's talking about ancestry and people from the past and things like that. Okay, so up next is we're going to look at what's going on with this Gemi and Caller, long distance relationship, detailed reading, and then after that will be Chris, and I might be finishing up, especially if those kids get in there and get really loud. Okay, so we want to see if there's any future between you and Jimmy. Okay, Caller, here we go. Caller and Jimmy have a distance connection. She feels that Jimmy has not been as attentive as before. What's to come of this connection between Caller and Jimmy? What's the outcome, the future outcome? Now, we're only looking not too far into the future on this relationship, but let's see, where is it? Is it going to come together and get stronger, or is it going to fall apart? Here we go. So at the top, it's showing me that there's some kind of interference from somebody outside of the two of you. Now, being that Jemmy is in a different area away from you, it's really hard to know what's going on his side of the fence. But this can be where children are interfering, ex-lovers are interfering, family are interfering. But I do feel that the reason he's gone distance is there's some kind of painful thing going on between him and other people. You will be getting some kind of apology from him and talks of let's try and get this connection happening with each other. At the moment, it's just showing it as a friendship between the two of you, that there's a, and I'm getting really, really cold. Like I said, if those clouds come over, I might have to go stop this and go inside. I'm just trying to put my jacket around my legs because I'm getting really cold. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of frustration going on between the two of you. The 7 is, this is not what you planned, this is not what you thought would be happening by now, and then trying to make a solid plan, but then it doesn't work anyway. So I feel that this distance thing is causing problems more on your side than his. I think that when he's not on the phone with you or whatever, as he's getting to know you more, he's just sort of getting back into his rhythm of you're not there, and you're getting into a rhythm of he's not with you. But I feel, because this is your reading, that you're like, you know, this is all nice when we talk to each other and I feel this connection with each other, but then this is really frustrating because I feel like I'm not hearing anything. Somebody might be telling him that it's not going to work because she's, you know, from different cultures, or you're from different sides of the planet or whatever. So I do feel that there's people around him saying, you know, she's nice and everything, but how are you going to make this work? Is she going to come here, or are you going to go there? Like, what's going to happen? Oh, thank God for the sun. Okay, the challenges with the two of you is one of you has to make a move here. This is getting on a plane or getting on a train or whatever it is and going to each other. This is meeting up and having some kind of union with each other and having a face-to-face talk. I mean, what might feel very, very strong over a phone line or even over a camera like this, when you actually, I've had it in the past where I've had clients that have spoken to somebody over the phone, thought that they were madly in love with this person, and even gave up their marriage or their life or whatever to have this person. And then once they actually came together and the day-to-day was in the picture, you know, the going to work, paying the bills, putting food on the table, all of that sort of stuff, and it wasn't just this rush of emotions over a phone line, it didn't work. So I feel part of your problem is you have to see, does this thing work when you're together? Like you're actually together, touching each other, talking to each other, hugging, kissing, whatever. This is sitting in your problem area that one of you need to get on a plane and go see the other person and see if there is really something there. Who's going to take care of that responsibility? Who's capable of doing that? Have you got the money to get on a plane and go to where this Jemmy is? Has he got the money? Has he got the time? Has he got to go to work too much? So I feel that there's a confusion around who should be responsible for this. There is this sitting in the problem area. This card is not a problem. This card means that you two share things in common. You like the same music, the same food, you like the same music, whatever. This means that you have things in common, but it's sitting in the problem area because you don't know. What you talk about over a phone line is not the same as hopping in a car with somebody, going for a drive down the beach and being in that space just alone with that person, not over a phone line or text messaging, okay? Moving forward. Okay, I thought I'd done something wrong there. There is some concern I don't know if you mentioned to him when you've had conversations with him, but there is some concern about another man. We've got two men here. So I don't know if the last time that you've been speaking, you spoke about an ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend or things like that. But there is concern that when you're not online talking to him, are you going out, hey there, Alyssa, how are you going? Are you talking to somebody else at the same time, or are you waiting for somebody to come into your life or something like that? So he may have gone a bit distant, a bit cold at the moment, because basically all of the rush of getting to know each other has happened, and you're still apart. So he might be getting a little bit bored with the situation that, you know, what's the point in continuing this if she's not going to live here or I'm not going to live there. If we don't bring this thing together, what's the point of continuing on? So he might be getting bored with being online and just having a distance relationship, and that's what you're picking up as him going distant, that he's actually, the sky. Yeah, right now it does. When I first came out here, Alyssa, it was all grey and very, very cold and windy. But the wind's actually blowing the clouds away at the moment. It's nice and warm on my head. But I do think that when he's not talking to you, he wonders whether you have somebody else that's with you. So it may be a bit of a jealousy thing, but it also may be he wants physical action, not just over a phone line talking sexually to each other. If that's what you do, none of my business. But he wants actual face-to-face contact and all of that, and he's thinking, is it going to happen? Is she going to come here? Am I going to go there? If that's not going to happen, well, what's this relationship? It doesn't seem to work. The last cards, and we'll quickly do the thing because the buzzer's going already. The last cards are, you're wanting to connect. This is you looking at him. You're wanting to connect, but it's just not, the structure's not there, and fitting in and everything's not there. So I don't know if your best friend or your family's saying this is not going to work for you. You need to be in the same space as this person to start a relationship. Starting something online, especially if he's in a different state, different country, and it's not easy to have regular visits and come and visit each other. It's just, other people will be saying you need to find somebody that's right down the street or at least in the same area. All right, let's just quickly do these. Top and bottom, what else does caller need to know about Jemmy? What else does caller need to know about this connection to Jemmy? Yes, I'm in sunny Australia, which is sunny and at the moment, but it's bloody cold. It's bloody cold here. It's nice and warm here on my head, on the side here, but this side of me is freezing. I've got one hot ear and one cold. Okay, caller, what else you need to know? A change of circumstances. The Wheel of Fortune was this way, I think, in your last reading. It's now turned upside down. There's sort of like unfortunate events going on that prevent this thing from proceeding. So let's say he suddenly loses his job, he's looking for another job, he's got a lot of stress going on, or somebody gets sick in your family and you're attending to that and it's pulling you two apart. So circumstances are causing a change of direction. And there's something being very much avoided here. You've got the Tower, but it's upside down. So something that could be really bad is not as bad as you think. We've also got, you're arguing within yourself as to what to do next. You want something traditional. So the fact that you've got arguing with yourself, this kind of relationship you're having is becoming more normal than you go out, you meet somebody, your family meets them, you end up together. The normal types of relationships now in 2025 is online and hooking up. So unfortunately, you've hooked up with somebody online that's too far away. You're deciding in the near future, you're deciding whether you're going to break free from this connection or not, because I don't think it's supplying you with what you want, and you want to make a firm decision, but you're not ready yet. So I think your firm decision is, he's starting to get a bit cold. I don't feel that I can go there. It's not practical for me. I haven't got the money, or I don't want to leave my family. And he's probably thinking the same thing. It's not practical for me. I don't want to move there. So I think that it's slowly starting to sort of dissipate between the two of you. And the distance is the big problem. Anyway, that's what we have for you. Let's get on to the next one, which is Crystal. Really, Chris, may I know how my job interview will go next week with the CC next week? Detailed reading on this. I just seen another payment come in. I think it was Elissa. I'll just go check that before I start yours, Chris. So, no worries, caller. Good luck with it all. Oh, 2 minis that was, Elissa. Okay. Okay, so before we start with Chris's reading, I just wanted to tell anybody, if you are sitting there and you're one of my regulars and you're waiting for a reading and everything, I'm not too sure. All of these people over here, the kids, they're all sitting down and eating at the moment, so it's nice and quiet. But I think when they finish, if these people don't decide to go inside, which they probably won't, because what are the kids going to do? They're nothing to do. I'm assuming it's going to get very loud with the kids. So we'll close off all readings. But if you are a regular like Elissa and you're quite happy to make a payment now, email me or message me on WhatsApp, depending on how you contact me. And if you're a regular, you know what you do. If you're happy to get the reading either later on today or maybe even as late as Monday, my Monday, your Sunday, well, you can make a payment now and send me an email, and I'll get around to it when I can, okay? But yeah, all depending on the weather, because those clouds that are over there are now getting very, very close. I'm looking up here because the sky's open up there. It's looking pretty nasty just there. So I don't think I've got much sun left, and I don't think I've got much quiet time left, because once those kids get on this jumping area, and I can't go down the other end because there's people down the other end as well. Anyway, let's get on with Crystal's reading. So you're talking about the one, can I say where it's at, Chris? The interview, how will it go at, can I say the place? Online? Are you happy with me saying the area? Okay, thank you, I won't say the area. Okay, so the interview on, when is it? Next week. Okay, interview, it's just that you've got other interviews and things going on, and next week you might be going to another interview. So I'll just say the interview, CC interview, which is your initials, as you said, Wednesday. Okay. How will the interview that Chris is, I'm going to say in my head, Chris, okay, so I'm just going to go quiet for a minute. Interview with CC. See the clouds come over now, the sun's gone, and it's getting cold. Okay, let's see, Chris, how's it going to go? Hopefully it's going to be really successful. Okay, you've got 777 coming out. Unfortunately, you got the 2 black 7s and the 1 red 7. If it was the other way around, that would mean that not only, yes, the job's there, successful, doing very well, you have the card that represents G looking at you, and you're looking at change of plan and making plans to move. This is showing me you making a firm decision as a Queen of Diamonds, a queen of the working realm, someone who's making a solid plan to make a slow and steady progress in the direction you want to go. So you're wanting to do this. Over here, we have this character, which I believe is G, looking at what you're doing and trying to say, I will commit, I'm on board with this, I want to come, I want to be with you, but then we have this plan can't go ahead for this person at this time. There's a delay there, but that top part is showing me you must be going to be successful with it, because you're looking at where you're going to live, what you're going to do, how much it's going to cost, so you're weighing it all in. Meanwhile, this, which I believe, as I said, is G, is looking at, I can't, you know, like they want to, but they can't. Anyway, let's see how it goes with the job. Job interview. Okay, there will be some talk about somebody who wasn't taking care of the responsibilities in the position. So if it's a totally new position that you're going for, it's had to be created because whoever was in charge before showed up as the good worker, but then they neglected responsibilities and they didn't have the correct training or experience. And I'm going to hold this microphone up here while these kids are bashing about beside me. Okay, so I feel that you are going to be very much wanted by up to 3 people. This would be the boss, the King of Diamonds, and the 3 of Diamonds would be him, and others are all on board with looking at you coming there. This, I feel, is they know that you can right the wrong, basically, of what happened here. Moving forward about how you'll be feeling about it, you know that you can do the job, no problem. You're very passionate about moving and getting this all happening for yourself. There is someone here making it feel a bit uncomfortable for you, but you're deciding to do where your heart is. Like you're doing this for you, not for anybody else. There is some stuff that is to do with the movement backwards and forwards. So is that helping with me pulling this up here? Because these kids, they're back in the jumping area and they're very loud. I can't even hear myself talking. This here would be the distance backwards and forwards type thing. I think you said to me the other day that you would travel to a relative's place and then do the job and then travel back or something like that. I think that's what you're talking about. I think that in the beginning will work, but then it could become tiring and just not practical. Okay. The outcome is showing signing documents and everything. This is the job opportunity. So they're talking about something to do with 4. So I don't know if it's 4 days a week, 4 hours, 3 times a week. It's also something to do with starting the job from home. So there's stuff that you could be doing at home, but they're going to present you with some kind of legal documents, and it could be something where they need to check your background and check that everything's up to scratch, basically. You know, like if you've got a first aid certificate, it's all valid and hasn't expired or anything like that. Okay, I'm just going to drop this microphone down while I'm shuffling up the tarot deck for you. Okay. So it's looking good. It looks like the opportunity's there. That King of Diamonds with the 3 of Diamonds. I think that there might be more than one job that's on offer at that place, and there's something to do with family, and you did mention something about your dad and that the particular place you're going to, so it may be just the fact that the connection with your father. Anyway, let's see what else we get for Crystal and her interview on Wednesday. I'm saying the rest of it in my head of where the interview is. Okay, you got the Fool in reverse at the bottom of the deck. A lot of them are reversed though, so I'm wondering whether I've picked it up wrong. Yeah, nearly all the cards are reversed, so I'm going to flip the cards. Okay, well, as you know, the Fool is, new beginning, ready to start. It may be in reverse because other things are going to complicate matters and you're not ready to start when you want to start. You're cutting out the emotional decision here with this Five of Swords energy, walking away from the emotional decision and making a decision that's practical, financially good for you, and just for your own well-being to branch out and do something else, okay? You are having a little bit of regrets here, a little bit of melancholy about moving or changing direction and everything. But I also feel that this may be somebody coming forward with an apology and trying to reconnect with you. I'm wondering whether this is L, because L is sitting here in the outcome. So I feel that L may, because of this opportunity, L may present himself and want to be part of this new journey, okay? There is this thing with the Four of Pentacles. Now, Four of Pentacles to me is Four of Diamonds. That to me is just learning new things, signing contracts, moving forward and structuring the plan. And it's a really good card. In the tarot, as you know, the Four of Pentacles can be where you're really holding on to what you want, but it might be time to let certain things go. And that could be an emotional decision as well. The Hierophant has turned out here as to what might come of this whole job interview, and I feel that this is something that's right up your alley, because to me the Hierophant is about trusting your own instincts, but it's also about traditional values, and my great-great-grandfather did blah blah blah, and that led to this and that led to that. So I feel that this is all about the process all falling into place and looking very good. You're being told that you will be on pause with this, so you will be waiting for a particular amount of time. There is some stressful sort of thing going on. Now, the Eight of Spades, which is Eight of Swords, Eight of Spades could represent some type of medication, and that which we discussed yesterday, you were wondering about taking a certain type of medication for a short duration. That may be that showing up, and that may be the reason for, I've just got to go through this medical thing first and then I'm ready, okay? But there is a short pause on your movement forward. The card that I believe is representing L, be prepared for discussions, possible arguments about your plans and what you're doing, or this person fighting within themselves and fighting for you, trying to be there with you. And then you have the Six of Swords. To me, Six of Swords, when we're looking at a job or whatever, I feel that this not only is a good opportunity for you, you're rescuing your own self. You're taking yourself to somewhere. You're getting away from where everything's been going sort of pear-shaped, and you're going onto something that's better. Lastly, let's have a look at your Lenormand deck, and then up next we've got Alyssa with the two minis. Alyssa, oh, we've got your question there, good. We'll get on with that. Depending on when I finish Alyssa's readings, I might take on one more. one more detailed or two more minis, but let me just get to Alyssa's second reading before we make a decision on that. Okay, Crystal, what else does she need to know about this job interview on Wednesday when she travels to her job interview? How will she feel? How will it go? What's the outcome? In time, signing the contracts, and you feeling very proud, and you're looking, see how she's looking at the future. So you go there, it's a matter of when you're going to start, if you want to start, signing contracts, looking at the contracts, and you're looking at your new future. This also is about, she's usually the mother, the pregnant woman, the mother, the future. So this is like a piece of a puzzle is being put in, and the other pieces will start to fall. And at the bottom, secrets are there. This card is about bluffing, okay? So this is where somebody will be telling you something, and you know that it can't 100% be correct, so you're told to do your own bluffing, to do your own fluffing, without lying in particular, but to do your own bluffing and not to let it get to you. The other thing is this can be showing night and day and black and white, and it can show the two sides of who you are, and it can be showing you that right now you're in a clouded kind of zone. This job and this movement, whether it's moving because of this job or it leads on to another job or whatever in that area, it's going to open the doorway and turn the light bulb back on. And your last card for today is about the job. Contract, success. I'm going to say that you've got the job if you want it, and guess what was underneath the ring? Mr. Wonderful. I feel there's another message there, Chris, and it's to do with what we were talking about yesterday, your medical thing going on, that not only is that going to be fine, and I'm going to keep sending healing to your area, I think this is trying to say something about another little thing that might be happening very soon. All right, up next, Alyssa's first question is, will your boss be happy with your work if I begin working part-time marketing with him? We spoke about a possible position yesterday, working from home. Mini reading on this. Okay. I'm wondering who brought up about working at home. Did you put forward that you would work from home, or did he say that you could work from home? But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's have a look at how he feels about, what did you say? Part-time marketing. My daughter went into marketing briefly, but didn't really like it. She's not used to the demands and time constraints of that. All right, Alyssa has been talking with the boss yesterday. She wants to know if the boss is happy about the part-time marketing work she's doing with him, and future talks about future working from home as well. How does Alyssa's boss feel about this marketing work that she's doing with him? Her performance, basically, we're looking at, aren't we? Okay, so as long as you adhere to the strict regulations that are governed by the government, insurances and all of that, and I think that's to do with working from home, if you're allowed working from home, how many hours you're allowed to work from home and all of that. But he sees that it's going to take some time and some changes need to happen, so I don't know if there's a few things he wants you to do a little bit better or learn a little bit more first, because your idea of how things work and his idea of how things would work are not sort of gelling too much, but he sees that if you're following the rules, the 10 of spades can be government institution, it can be insurance contracts and things like that. If you follow those rules, he sees that down the track it could be very profitable and successful. He is a little bit concerned about what part his and your responsibility is with each other. And he sees you as a newbie here. This is the card of someone just starting, just beginning. He does have a few concerns about your, you know, have you got the time to be studying some more, or have you got the time to be doing all the things, the tasks that are set out for you? And especially like when people say that, you know, they're going to work from home. Some people, I always worked from home doing this, and I also worked from home doing accounts and bookkeeping. There were 2 jobs that I had over the last 30 years where I told them I had a laptop, I can come out, get the information, go home and do the work. They didn't like it. They said the reason they didn't like it was not that they didn't trust me, but they didn't know me, and a lot of people say that they're doing so many hours at home and they're not. There's a lot of programs now that can be installed on a laptop or whatever, and plus with a camera, and they can set things up where every 15 minutes the camera detects that you're sitting in front of the computer, and plus it has a time log and that you're actually using the keys and you're working. Those sorts of things let the boss know that yes, they can trust you, that you are working. A lot of people don't like it because they feel like they're not being trusted, but there's been too many people that have wrought the system. The problems he's seeing is that you might be a bit green on the marketing side of things, or working with a manager. So I don't know what you're used to doing. He does see that you're very passionate and you want to grow and you want to learn. He's worried about you stepping away from things though, if it doesn't work out. Moving down the track, yous are making plans together to take something further into the future together. You're looking at the money and turning less hours into more money, or let's say there's a product. This book is currently selling for 50 cents, you're buying it for 20 cents, you're going to help him to sell this for $2 and make a lot of profit. So I feel that there's a lot of discussions and plans about turning smaller amounts into bigger amounts, and he does see it happening. He does feel that sometimes you give up before you need to, so you need to have confidence that you can do what you're doing. So I do feel there's something to do with emotional things with you where you don't have the confidence in yourself, so he's trying to develop that further and wants you to develop it yourself. The outcome, he sees that things will work and happen, but you create your own dramas at times. You know, you get up in your head about things and overthink things instead of just trusting your instincts and going with it. Hopefully that made sense to you. We'll just do 3 of these because the buzzer's going and this is a mini reading. Okay, what else does the listener need to know about her boss and the working together in marketing? What else does the listener need to know? What does she need to know? Look these cards up on Psychic Revelation, Alyssa, that I pulled for you. You have the 6 of Swords. You have the 5 of Swords. See, 2 cards about rescuing, escaping, making things work, and keeping your emotions out of it and just doing business. And then this would be, the Hermit would be, this would be the stresses you have when you're at work with him. You feel like you're being watched. You feel like, oh, he's been doing this for 10 years. I'm just starting. Maybe he thinks I'm not good at this. So this, you working at home, would take that away because you're not being watched. You're not feeling that everything's being watched, what you do and what you say, and you've got time when you're at home. So I feel that he knows that for you emotionally that would work better. Okay? All right, second question is, now I'm getting too hot on one side because the sun's back out again, but the clouds are still there and they're still over there. It's about to go under the clouds in a minute. all those kids are sitting down eating again. So I'm assuming what happened was they gave them some garlic bread or something, and then they went back to playing, and now I can smell like pasta and pizza, and so I think they're all eating the main food now. So we've got a bit of time at the moment. Now we are going on to Alyssa's second reading, so if there is anybody that wanted a reading, I will do one more and then I'm finished for the day. Okay, one more detailed or two more minis, depending on if there's anybody watching that was interested. Okay, Alyssa, your second reading would help if I turn this thing off that's been buzzing on my wrist. I'm thinking, what's this weird tingling I'm getting in my hand? Is Cash thinking about you since you hung it out? Does he see? I just did that reading on Cash for you. Have you hung out again since the reading I did for you only, was it 2 days ago? You said you went somewhere, you went and bought your food, you come back, he was there, you had a couple of drinks, you had a good night. Have you hung out again? Because I did that reading and I sent you the link. Because I did see in that reading I already did. I mean, we can change the question if you want. Would you like that question to me look at that again, or something else about if you do meet up with him again, how's it going to go? Or because I remember when I looked at that there was some stuff not said, and he thought maybe you weren't interested because of the way you reacted when he asked you about certain things. But I did see that you were connected. Okay, change the question to what? If you meet up again, how will it all go? Yeah. So when you meet up again, because I do feel that you will be meeting up again, how will it progress between the two of you? Yeah? All right, let's do that. And as far as I can see, nobody else is wanting another reading. And it's nearly 1 o'clock, so I think that this will be the last reading for the day, everyone. And Nina, I won't pack everything away, and I'll have a look for you before I put this stuff away. Okay. Alyssa wants to know, with this guy Cash, I feel that they will be meeting up again. How will things progress with her and Cash the next time they're together? How will things go for her and Cash the next time they are together? Because I do believe when I looked at that other reading that he is thinking about you. He's wondering about your reaction to certain things that he asked you, like phone number thing and all of that, because that could have shown that you were not interested. But I don't think he's going to give up on it. And definitely not going to give up on it. Bottom of the deck is showing celebration and doing more and more and more. The top of the deck, he's trying to work out what's the right thing to do with you, and Chris has paid for a detailed reading, so that will be after this reading. Chris. Okay, so this is him. He wants to be sexy and fun and have a good time, but he wants to do it the right way with you. So he's trying to work out what's going to work with you. He thinks that maybe you just don't trust him in that, and other people are telling you not to trust him or be careful with him, that maybe he feels that what you like or what he likes is not sort of mixing together. But this is usually other people gossiping about things. It could be that someone's telling him about you. Over here, he knows that his challenge area is the whole sexual card, like one night stands and fun like that, that you're wanting somebody that's side by side him as the King of Hearts, you as the Queen of Diamonds. He knows that you're not interested in this, that you might be one of these women that's looking for something that's going to develop over time. I do think something will develop because we've got a structured sort of truthful card, and then we've got two people enjoying some food, drinks, dancing, whatever, and talking about being together. So I do think that a discussion might be had. Either you or him is not ready to say, yes, let's be in a relationship. So he may say, look, let's just meet up, let's date each other, let's have some drinks and see where it goes, but I can't promise anything. Because this is where someone's saying, I can't actually give you a commitment just yet, but I do like being around you. And there's lots of talks about possibly having something with each other. Your cards are weird with him because they come out with a bit of love and affection, but they also come out with two people that work together, like a business partnership at the same time. So it works well in a business partnership and it works well in a romantic sense at the same time, which is a good thing. All right, so here we go. What else will happen between Alyssa and Cash as time moves forward? What will happen with this connection between Cash and Alyssa? Okay, so we got the temptation card coming out as a problem. So this can be where you really want to do everything. You want to be with him, you want to go back to his house and all of that, but you're trying to not be tempted to just jump in too quick. But you're also at the same time wanting to have some kind of assurance that it's not just going to be this and then disappear. You're wanting something to know that it's going to be more and more. You're a bit out of sorts about what you want to do. On the one hand, you want to have assurance that this is going to be your boyfriend, this is going to be possibly a husband in the future, but you're just sort of, you're presenting yourself in two different ways with him. You will try and make some kind of firm commitment and invitations to go and do something else. And right on that note, these kids are all finished eating too quickly and making a hell of a lot of noise. There will be emotions quite strong between the two of you, but you've also got a working card, working together at the same time. Okay, and lastly, we'll just get two of these, top and bottom. What else does Alyssa need to know about this connection, where it's going with Cash? Where's the connection going with Cash at this stage? Timing, gotta wait, and sometimes it's going to be frustrating and annoying at the same time. I'm wondering whether other people are interfering in your side of it and his side of it. All right, Chris, what are we doing for you? Or will we do it later? The adults have gone inside and they've left one adult outside watching all of these kids. I knew that they wouldn't stay out here, especially if the sun goes away, because it's too cold. Let me just check PayPal. Do you want it done on live? Yes, you're happy for it to be done live? Alyssa, I didn't see it as a bad thing with the two of you. It does look like a good connection, and there's going to be more of it, but it's going to get to a point where is it going to move forward into a romantic boyfriend-girlfriend situation, or is it just going to be two people that constantly hook up with each other? The gossip things were sitting around you but it doesn't have to be gossip. It can be where your friends or whatever are saying, oh, he's a player, or you could do better, or we all have those people. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it here. Okay. Crystal and G over August. How's the relationship going over August? I mean, with all this work and job and movement backwards and forwards, let's just see what comes out around you and G. This is talking truth, making plans. This is all to do with work and money. It's really good. It's like movement going on in August, travel. It's going to happen. I've got the hiccups now. This is the last reading today, everybody, so please, that's it. It's finished now. Oh, you've got it on there. All the readings closed now. Those kids are getting loud. I'll pick up the microphone near my mouth in a minute, Chris. Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck in August. I like it. Okay, so at the moment, this is all to do with the mind and frustration about, what's going on here. This is usually where someone's going, is it going to work? Isn't it going to work? But it's you looking at that, you put forward what you want, what you're expecting, and you're kind of looking at it with negative eyes at the moment. But then we've got this making a plan, and then we've got discussions going on about movement happening, but not in exactly the way you would like it to happen. The challenges over August are all clubs. Now, clubs are being really busy. Clubs can be drinking, alcohol, drugs. Clubs can be paperwork. Clubs can be planning, discussions, but you've got everything in black sitting in the challenge areas between you and G. So I'd say that this is talking, arguing, planning, plans not working, and trying to work out who's responsible for this, who's responsible for that. It's not showing me an actual person causing any problems. It's just showing me that there's going to be a lot of busy activity, a lot of things being sorted out. It's almost like if G was a boss, I'd say that be prepared for a lot of paperwork, a lot of investigation, a lot of working things out. So I just feel that there's going to be some tensions going on in August. It can represent sickness, so it can represent medication, things being feared here, worries and that, and then this is where someone trying to get it all organised, trying to do what they need to do. Okay? If it is sickness, it's showing it going to the top and then coming down and balancing. Okay? Remember when I did your reading and I said it was strange because none of the threes come out, especially like a black 3, meaning a problem in that area. Here it is. So during August, now in August, there will be plans around all of that. And guess what the plans are? The plans are really good. So we've got going from, it goes from 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So the health concerns, any fears and problems and discussions gets less and less and less and less, and then it starts turning around in the good direction. This is movement because of a job. This is new surprises coming in. So be prepared for a really loving, beautiful, spiritual surprise coming your way from G in August. I mean, the reaction yesterday the reaction with what was going on was quite intense. You know, what was said was uncalled for. I mean, you don't even put that out there, but that's how the person felt. Guess what your outcome is in August with him? King of Hearts with his Queen, and look at the faces. The King and the Queen together, looking at together, making a commitment, doing things together. Now this is a healthy card. This is like a turnaround for the better, and then celebration. This is really beautiful energy. Now I don't know if you're going to a wedding or some major celebration in August, but it does look like there is that on the cards as well. No pun intended. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh my God, they're getting louder. Let's have a look at the tarots. I'm just going to flip some of these. Crystal and G. Crystal and G. What's to be expected in August between the two of them? Crystal and G. What's to be expected between the two of them in August? Every time I'm opening up the cards as I'm flipping them, I'm seeing Two of Cups together, Ace of Cups together, Ten of Cups together. Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands in reverse. That's when you're in a relationship with someone and they get the Knight of Wands. I don't like it because it's them hanging with the boys, playing games. But when it's upside down, this can be a whole turnaround to me. So it also, Knight of Wands represents G, regardless of the situation anyway. And that can be where somebody just not being how they have been, being totally different. There is some burdens that will be overcome. I mean, Ten of Wands is as far as it's going to go. So there is some burdens to be sorted out. I believe that the world isn't about a finishing going on in a relationship. I believe it's more about looking at your options and moving forward into the big, bright world. There will be a firm commitment coming up in August between you and G, a firm decision made about where you're going from here. I believe that these two are in reverse because this is L in reverse and you as the wife. So I do believe that this owes then. So I believe that this could be read two different ways. This would be any power that G has over everything. You're sort of like getting a bit annoyed with wanting him to step up, wanting him to do certain things. But the other way of looking at this could be L showing up during August and saying, you're my wife, I want to do this, but his power's not there. So whether this is G or whether this is L, the fact that it's the Emperor in reverse tells me that losing their power of what they want to do or whatever. You do have victory and success coming up in August. You do have the King of Pentacles sitting here, which is usually somebody offering long-term commitment and progress, but very, very slow. You had Pentacles coming out everywhere, so I do feel that things are going to be slow to happen. Your final card was the Knight of Cups. You did have this coming up, which is the recuperation. I believe that the Four of Swords is there because of possible surgery or something that might be going on for you. So I do feel that this is the healing process and it's just part of what's going to be happening in August. But I like that your final card between the two of you for August is the Knight of Cups, because to me that's Knight of Cups, as you know, it's one step up from Page of Cups. It's just nearly there at the King of Cups, but it's taking things to a stronger, more bonded level. So hopefully G has thought about a lot of things that you've told him, and starts making some firm decisions. Anyway, just to finish for the day, here we go. 3 from the top, 3 from the bottom for Chris. What else does she need to know about G? Going into August, what's going to happen in August between G and Chris? Favourite card in the deck? Finding the direction. Home and balance. This may mean that you're going to spend a lot of time together at home as well. It could represent family time, learning something from people who know better than the two of you. Being wary about the snake in the background. Now, the snake in the background can represent medication because, as you know, or you might not know, I'd say that you do know, the snake is on the doctor's emblem thing to represent the venom, the medicine, whatever, or that's what I think it means. And this here is your final card. You're going to be desired and wanted, and this can mean that you're going to get attention not just from G in August, okay? And then that snake would be looking at you being desired by others, and it would represent that G being jealous about other people being involved, okay? Anyway, that's what we've got. Thank you so much, and goodbye everyone. Have a great weekend wherever you are. I'm not sure when I'll get live again, probably not until next week. Until then, as I said, everybody be safe, be well, and catch you all next time. Bye for now.